Hi guys, Andrew here from Accelerate, and today I'm super pumped to show you this 70th anniversary 79 series that we've just completed this full build for Scotty. He has flown over from Perth to pick it up today, and it's going to be awesome showing him what we've done. So let's go get Scott and show him through this build. How you doing, Scott?
Hey Andrew, how are you?
Oh, it's good to see you. So Scott, we've known each other for a long time. We did his caravan a couple of years ago. Have not seen him since, emails backwards and forwards. But yeah, so what have you been doing, Scott?
Well, been sort of setting up our online camping store, Beach2Bush Australia. So our plan now is to, now that you guys have finished this build, is to travel around Australia as a family, promote ourselves as an online store, but also get out there and actually travel around and enjoy Australia.
Yeah, sensational.
Yeah, and sort of do it for at least 12 months and just have some fun.
Super jealous, super jealous. That'll be me one day. We'll get there. Yeah, so why 79 series?
I don't know. I love building four-wheel drives, and my old Hilux that I built, it was 10-inch lift, 35-inch tyres, pretty big. So I like the chunkiness of the 79. It looks like a four-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you do lose a bit of comfort in the 79, but we've also done a bit of mods to that, as you know. So we've done a few more mods just to coincide that. But yeah, I just love the look of the 79s.
I think you'll see we've definitely done some things to make it more comfortable. Continuing the shameless plug on the store, which I really want to do. What made you choose the products that we're going to go through and show everybody? What was your main factor?
Well, with this build, I wanted to try and stay all Australian made or Australian companies. So I think I'm pretty sure we've done our best to do that. So, you know, with the Jmacx, the Redarc system, all the other products that went into it, ARB. So we tried to stay as much as possible with the Australian companies and Australian products. I think we've done it. I've got to go through.
It's a tough one.
But I think we've achieved it.
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. Yeah, we're pretty much spot on. You never quite know where everything comes from, but I think it's as good as we can get.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to hang a little triangle on this thing now. All right, well, enough about us and our shameless plugs for me and Scott. Let's talk about the car. So we'll start at the front and we'll go our way around. It's kind of the best way to go. ARB bar. Why'd you choose a bar?
ARB, there's heaps of other bars coming out now, but again, I wanted to stay with ARB. Their products are pretty, tried and tested throughout Australia. So I went that way. I love the big tube, thick tubes. I just love the look of the ARB bull bars on the 79s.
Yep, cool. We'll get a winch in there eventually.
Yep.
I
had to wait for that.
Yeah, it's actually pre-wired for the winch, and then we've gone the GME. So this has got the XRS Connect.
So we've been running the GMEs in our four-wheel drives for quite a few years now. I can't fault them. So again, GME.
Yep, certainly, and probably, I don't know if you can see it in this shot, Safari snorkel. I guess that's a given.
Again, that's the high flow snorkel. So eventually when we do some engine tunes to it, that's all going to complement that. And so as soon as if we can get more air into the engine, we can start playing around with the tune.
Yep, certainly. And BaseRack, again, ARB.
BaseRack, ARB. I just like the look of the streamline and the new fastenings up there to fasten stuff too. I think that's pretty good.
I think the low noise is what I'm hearing a lot as well. On mine, I used to have the front runner and it was a bit whistly. I hear they're pretty good. So good choice.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. I think 29 kilometers on the clock, so it's been trucked everywhere, this thing. So yeah, it's as good as new. All right, I guess let's head on down the side. So now we're down the side of this beautiful car. Let's start with the mirrors, next gen Clearviews.
Yep, got the Clearviews on my other build as well, the old Ranger that we got. Just love them. I reckon they're just perfect for the job. We're towing a 18-foot caravan around, so yeah, I just had to go to Clearviews again. Cool.
And Canopy. Let's talk Canopy, Stylecraft.
Okay, Stylecraft. I like the look, the lines, they all sort of blend in with the 79. They're Australian made, obviously. They were really good to deal with. And I just, again, love the looks. It's all about looks.
It's all about the look with it. Cool. All right, well, I guess let's see what's inside. Obviously, it's nothing simple, knowing us. All right, so here we are inside the Canopy. Scott sort of said, I want plenty of power, and I know that because we did his caravan, 400 amps of lithium in caravan. So we've done 200 amps of Invicta lithium in here, and then basically a full Redarc system to back it up. We've gone with the full Redarc TVMS with the Redvision screen. There's actually a second screen in the front, so don't run away on this video because there's a lot of cool stuff going inside the cab, and so you really want to wait for that. Anyway, back to this system. So it's got a Manager 30, it's got a full TVMS system, it's got a 1250D BCDC charger. So why we've done that for you, Scott, is if you ever need to recover your battery quickly, you can actually switch on that 1250 and that'll give you another 50 amps of charge.
Oh wow.
So yeah, this single crank. So normally a Manager 30, you'll only get 30 amps of charge, and then we've given you this extra one to give you a total of 80 amps of charge while you're driving. Jmacx actually fitted a upgraded 220 amp alternator when they did your core conversion. We'll show you that. So the alternator is ready to go to handle it.
There's plenty enough power to run the fridge and the freezer on the other side.
Plenty of power to run the fridge, freezer, and the other thing you can do with this, which is forgotten sometimes, because we've fitted a 2000 watt Redarc inverter, it says if your caravan's in the shade for a few days and it's starting to get a bit low, but you know you're going on a day trip that day, you can run an extension lead from this into your caravan.
Oh, wow.
Dump your 200 into the caravan, so give you 50% recovery of your 400 amp system. And then when you go on your day trip, this will charge back up in 2.5 hours of driving. And you got a fully charged canopy, and hopefully you've given your caravan a really good hit without having to plug it in when you're off grid. So yeah, it's a really good feature.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
And with everything we've done and the way we've set it out, if you did want to increase the capacity, you could literally put a second 200 in that slot behind there and double that, and that would give you equal for your caravan. So you could literally dump this, fully recharge your caravan and keep going.
Totally off grid.
Totally off grid. So let's go through. You can see the HardKorr lights. We've got HardKorr 100s all the way through. Local Brisbane company. Redarc down there, and Bushman 130 fridge. But on the other side, there's something really cool I want to show you about his fridge. All right guys, this is the first time I've seen one of these. Have a look at it.
Right, this is Slided Solutions fridge slides. You can get them on our online camping store, Beach2Bush Australia. They're so simple, there's no straps hanging onto this fridge. They're just pretty much got feet on the bottom and they just lock in. Pull it out to there, hit the button once more, and then you've got your tilt slide. Only weighs 14 kilos.
While we're over here, Scotty, so let's talk about the ARB compressor. So we've fitted the double pumper there. It's got the air tank. The segue for this is it actually is plumbed into, obviously you can pump up, we've got a fitting on either side for his tyres and so on, but we've actually got this running his airbags as well. So inside we'll show you the airbag controls, but it's probably a really good time to check out where some of the dollars went underneath this thing. So what suspension have you got? Tell us about it.
All right, this was a very long sort of decision making time. We went with the Jmacx 4.2 GVM upgrade with the 4-inch lift to run the 35-inch tyres. So obviously incorporates the airbags, which you guys have plumbed into the ARB compressor. Obviously we're towing, so that's going to take care of our towing weight on the tow ball. But yeah, that's why we went the 4.2, so we can load the canopy up and then also be able to tow as well.
So I think we missed one point of this. What shocks you got?
We've got the Alpha shocks from Jmacx, because a lot of people are going the American ones. Again, we were trying to stick with the actual Australian made products. If I actually went the Alphas and they have a problem with them, I can get them, call Jmacx straight away, I can get them rebuilt or whatever I need. So that was the thought process behind all that. So it's keeping along that Australian product and Australian company theme.
So just to top it off, that is full core conversion with the Jmacx Alpha shocks and Airbag Man Airbags.
Airbag Man, and also includes that track correction.
Correct.
That everyone's worried about for the 79. So.
Yeah, you got to do that. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention is this also 2000 watt inverter that we've slipped in there. That'll run a full induction cooktop. So that'll run 99.9% of induction cooktops on the market. So either we've got a GPU on either side, this side, that side, wherever he wants. He's got a full, you can be running two inductions. Kettle, toaster, obviously all that as well. But induction cooktop seems to be something people really want at the moment. once I got one, I'll never ever go back to gas. We've done it in our caravan, everything. We've actually done a video showing how quickly we can cook on it and the power usage. So we'll put a shameless link to that. And on that note, let's go out and have a look at the back. Alrighty, so here we are around the back. Now, I guess the first thing we'll talk about is the cameras. Now, we fitted Safety Dave to your caravan, didn't we? Way back when. And so yeah, we've incorporated a Safety Dave system into this, so when you get back to WA, plug it in, everything will just work. So I guess we'll start with let's start with down here with the WASA cable. So his caravan will actually plug into this. And that will instantly then just bring it up on the rear vision screen, and we're going to show you, we're going to move inside next, and all this will probably make a bit more sense. So yeah, caravan plugs into there. Because you got a 79 series with a canopy, rear vision mirror, it's redundant. So we fit a camera up here, and that's a full-time, all-time camera. And it'll give you full rear vision, so you basically get the experience of a rear vision camera. And then the other camera we've got going on down here is a teeny tiny little one hooked up to the Alpine head unit, and that's just a reverse camera. So when you're in reverse, you can see it's a very wide fisheye lens. You'll be able to see your tow ball for reversing up, and you'll also be able to look up at your top screen and give a full all-around view like you had a rear vision mirror.
Excellent.
The other thing we fitted you was a tow bar. It's a tow bar, does its thing.
Yeah.
Do you like this one?
Love this one. It's got the recovery points on the tow bar here. So we do a lot of beach camping. So if we get stuck with the caravan or anything like that, I can actually then give it a little bit of a nudge to pull it through as well.
Yep, certainly. And probably one other thing that we did that's a given, Ando 12-pin plug off your caravan, keep everything going in your caravan, charging your caravan. We've actually run quite a large cable on this one. Because we do have that lithium system in the caravan, so that'll all tie together nicely when you get over there. All right, now for the good bit. I love this bit, let's go inside. We'll talk about the stuff you can't see. So we've done a full car builder's sound deadening all the way through. So back wall, roof, we've had the roof down, we've had everything all the way through sound deadened. Bit of a sort of must do on these, to be honest, if you're touring in them. So there's that, so you'll just have to believe me it's there. Pull up the carpet, you'll see it. And probably the elephant in the room, check out these seats, Pro seats.
Yeah, Pro seats in Brisbane, again, Australian company.
Yep.
Just wanted to use, again, Australian companies and showcase what Australia can do, really.
Yep.
So yeah, Pro seats, everyone knows the 79 series seats aren't that comfortable. And the wifey's, one of the main reasons why I was allowed to get the 79 was to upgrade the seats, so upgrade the seats. So we've got little pump controls here for lumbar support, leather, and they're modelled off the, I believe, the GTS Commodore or GTS Holden Commodore seats. So they're a real comfy seat.
Yep, back seat, front seat, and don't know if you can see in the angle, door cards, which tie it in beautifully. So yeah, even though the 70th anniversary ones had the little extra bit of material, they were still a bit plain. So this is cool.
Wanted to change the 79 from a farm truck to a little bit more comfortable. It's not going to be any 300 series, but I've just tried my best.
I've got a 300. That hump in the middle of the back seat turns you off. All right, let's start at the top, I guess. Department of Interior roof console, and yep. So plenty of storage throughout. I think we picked that one for you. We just did that. Yep. The Redvision screen, and we'll go through that in a minute. That obviously all ties back to the canopy, but the beauty of this, Scott, is you can pretty much go through and you can see everything that's happening in the back. You control your exterior lights, you can control your airbags, so we'll get to that in a minute. And yeah, so on these 79s, very light on switches, like places to put them, unlike say a 200 or something where we've got lots of options. So this basically gives us an extra few channels so that you can control everything from here. And it also means that you know your fridge is working, your battery's getting charged. It will give you a good, and it even gives some voltages and so on. So you know, kind of give you a bit of an idea how your caravan's traveling as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then the GME XRS. So yep, back on that. That's a full Bluetooth one. And yeah, happy days, talk to your phone, GPS locations, I don't know, it's more bells and whistles than I know how to use on it. Screen, you had one of these in your Ranger, didn't you?
I had a clip-on one for the caravan, so Jayco Caravan, they supply one, so it clips onto your mirror.
Yep. So this is a clip-on as well.
Yep.
We've still got the clip-on going on. We've still got the plastic on it, just for there's no fingerprints. So if the screen looks a bit funny, just rip it off. It'll look great. But again, there's V1 and V2. So that's at normal. Maybe chuck the key on. We'll give it a whirl. Beauty of cameras. Yeah, so there we go. We can see my ugly do not disturb sign back there. And that'll be on all the time. So basically you've got a rear vision mirror in a car that doesn't have rear vision. And then the minute you plug in your caravan, hit this V2 button and blue screen now, no caravan, and that'll show you what's going on behind your caravan. So good for reversing, and I mainly use it for overtaking. Great for overtaking.
Same.
Yeah, certainly.
Plus, if you've got bikes on the front of your caravan, you can easily just check that as well.
Hot tip. Cool. All right, there's a vacuum in the workshop. Hopefully you don't hear it. All right, so while we're here, let's just talk about this. So this is our BCDC control. So when we're running at normal, you can see we're using 4 amps. That'll be your fridge running for sure. When you're driving, if you want to start it up, let's see what happens. There we go. Give her a start. We're in neutral. Hit it. All right, now this will take a few minutes. So it'll be like the watch pot. All right, as you can see, we got it turned on. So without it turned on at the moment, that's your battery there. This is your charge from your alternator. We're basically putting in 32 amps. The minute I turn on this BCDC, you'll see a positive amperage come in on the load. It'll take a minute and it'll start winding up. Now at idle, we're not going to get the full 50, but as you can see, we're already putting in 40 amps. And if you bring those revs up a little bit, this will be good to watch. It will come up, trust me, it's a coming. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. Let's leave that alone, we're at 99%. Perfect, blooper reel. Leave it in though, so that's a good lesson. If your battery's full of charge, you can't charge a full battery. But anyway, you saw a positive load coming, and that's exactly how it works. Now this button won't work when you've got the ignition off. So it's basically idiot proof. You can only leave it on. And that is that beauty of really being able to recover that battery quickly. Now moving right along, these are your 2 roof lights. You notice we have the ARB lights on the base rack, so you can turn them on and off. I won't because we'll blind the cameraman. And these are your interior lights, and then this is the cool one. So we'll hit this. This is your compressor. And that's pumping up at the moment. So we've got some pressure in the system now, and this is a good move on into the airbag system. So there are your pressures left and right.
So when I want to adjust my airbags while I'm underway.
Those buttons over there. So we got them specially made. They're a custom momentary switch that we got made up, and up and down on them, left and right, and so you can totally tune your ride if you're getting too much bounce, not enough bounce. Then that's really for that.
So what I wanted to do with the airbags was to get Andrew to fit all in-cab controls, because if we're going from bitumen to corrugations, I want to be able to adjust the airbags on the fly. And it's the same with the Alpha shocks. They're electric controlled as well. So I want to be able to not have to pull over all the time. I just wanted to be able to adjust it all on the fly. So when I said that to Andrew, he said, perfect, we know exactly what to do. So
So and then moving down, we've got the Alpha shock controller here. So that was fitted by Jmacx. That's all part of your suspension, and it came to us like that. What else we got? We got Redarc brake controller. That's probably a given. Mirror, so because you've got the upgraded next gens, or power fold, they'll fold in and out. What else we got? And there you go, that's perfect. So we've just fitted an Alpine in-dash head unit, and that's full Apple Play.
Are you advised to go for this one because a lot of people get the floating one?
So the Halo screen, but so everybody wants a gear stick extension, which you do, so much nicer with it, but then the minute you try and put any sort of Halo, your first gear is up around here, and it actually, so we'll do that, it gets quite close. So that's probably the better.
To me that's perfect.
Cool, hoped you'd say that. Sub tank down here, again, that would have been fitted by...
Jmacx fitted a 185 litre long range tank, and with the core conversion they were able to fit another 49 litre. So we've got 234 litres of fuel, and with a switch on the dash here to switch between the two.
And probably one sneaky little trick, I don't know if I've told you, Scott, So we've incorporated your Apple Play port into the factory USB charger.
Yep.
So that's actually your Apple Play there. This one's a charging one, and
Yep.
that one's Apple Play. So
Perfect. Yeah, again, I wanted to try and keep the 70th anniversary feel. I know I've totally modified this truck, so it's not it's not the original 70th, but yeah, I just love the little bits and pieces that the 70th anniversary had. So
yeah, certainly. All right, so let's shut it down. Let's go get out the front and do my favourite bit.
all right.
All right, so I said we're going to do my favourite bit. I'm also a little bit jealous. So here you go, Scotty. Here's your keys.
Thank you.
It's been great.
Oh, mate, I'm so excited.
So what's next? Where are you off to?
Well, about to test out all your handiwork. So
Yeah.
we're about to leave the sunny coast in about a week's time, and we're heading back to Port Hedland.
Yeah.
So it's about 6,000 Ks. We're going to zigzag across the country and test out what you've done to the truck.
Yeah, I'm kind of just a little bit jealous. All right, so guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope my excitement came across. I love doing these builds for people. If you do want to get a vehicle build or just some advice on something like that, please comment below. And also, we'd love to know what you think of Scott's rig and if there's any parts you think are amazing. So moving along, if you want to watch any more of these videos, check this one out here. And YouTube thinks you should watch this one down here. Thanks, guys.